Yo, what's cooking, people? I'm not sure how many people know this, but the Nintendo 64 is my personal favorite console ever, closely followed by the Sega Saturn. There are many reasons for this, of course, whether it's the era they came out in, the games they had, or whatever, but in my mind, the Nintendo 64 is still the most industry-changing console ever. There's no two ways about it in my mind. But, there's no way that I'm going to just casually talk about the Nintendo 64 in this video. The console deserves an entire video of its own, one I shall do in the near future. But the reason why I bring up the N64 is because of the way I'm currently feeling about the Nintendo Switch. I've become less afraid now to replace what I consider to be my personal favorites of something with something that is more recent. My views on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, not only me believing it to be the best video game ever made, but also me replacing it with my once personal favorite game ever made, which was Panzer Dragoon Saga on the Sega Saturn, shows to me that as great as nostalgia can be, sometimes you have to just let go, or at least say to yourself, that something is simply better. Right now, there are two games on the Nintendo Switch, which in my eyes are as game-changing and genre-defining as two previous games that shook up the industry. Those games being The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64. And now on the Switch, we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. I've already said that Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda game ever, my opinion of course, and I'm feeling the same way about Mario Odyssey. Me believing, based off everything I've seen, I'm utterly convinced that this will be the best 3D Mario game ever. Hell, it could easily be the best Mario game ever, full stop. Like with Zelda, when you feel this way about a game, and not just any game, this is a Mario game. Mario being the face of video games, and his main outings being at the top of the pile, everything else learning from him, constantly chasing and mostly failing to reach his gaming heights. That's how I feel. The confidence I have in Mario Odyssey is not unfounded or unrealistic. It's built up on years of gaming perfection, years of gaming evolution and industry-defining greatness. This is what the N64 achieved with Ocarina of Time and Mario 64. Those games still, to this day, affecting the industry, with developers using them as templates and trying to achieve that level of greatness. I can confidently tell you now that the same thing will happen with Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. Just look at the response to Breath of the Wild, not just from gamers or gaming websites, but from the industry veterans, who all came on camera to talk about how incredible this game was from a design perspective, and how they feel they will learn from it. When was the last time that happened? I honestly don't remember. Even now with the recent firmware update for the Nintendo Switch, you've got developers taking to Twitter, posting short videos of them experimenting with the game, most notably Hideki Kamiya from Platinum Games. My hype for Mario Odyssey is hard to put into words, but it's a different hype from what Breath of the Wild generated within inside me. Breath of the Wild generated that epic, magical, beautiful, captivating, cannot wait to get lost inside this world feeling, within me. But Mario Odyssey, this game is generating that pure, wholesome, don't ever take me seriously and get ready for the most fun you've ever had in video games feeling within inside me. I just know for a fact that for most likely the vast amount of time I'll be playing this game, there will be a wonderful smile on my face. The type of joyous smile that Nintendo and Mario games bring to you, that only video games can offer, that type of fun that I personally crave most of the time in video games. To be able to control a character which is nothing but a delight, to control and be thrown into a world that simply says, get ready to have fun stamped all over it. This is the exact same way I felt about Ocarina of Time and Mario 64. I know those games delivered all of what I just said and then some. The Switch, for me, is quickly becoming one of my favorite consoles ever. And from a Nintendo software perspective, taking into consideration what we already have, what we know is coming, what we can confidently say is probably coming, and what we could wish for, all this console needs for me is a few more core Nintendo IPs that appeared on the Nintendo 64 and GameCube, that haven't reappeared since, and the Switch could sail to my number one console spot with ease. For me to say that already, only 8 months into a console's life, and after all the consoles I've played and loved over the years, I think that says a lot. When a console builds a marriage between the machine itself and the software, all other features become a distant thought, because there is nothing better than a fantastic lineup of software thriving off a fantastic console that just works. So yeah, that's my hype for Super Mario Odyssey and the future potential of the Nintendo Switch. Hate all you want, but for me it's an incredible feeling to feel this way about video games again, in an industry that normally puts me into rage mode most of the times these days. As always, thanks for watching, and let me know how you feel about the Nintendo Switch, its current lineup, and if you're as hyped for Mario Odyssey as I am. And if my copy of Mario Odyssey doesn't arrive this Friday, even though I've had confirmation, if it doesn't arrive this Friday, ready for me to chuck in my Nintendo Switch, I'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Postman."
Run! Go for the tree, Mr. Postman! Go!
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.